You asked to speak on this, and then Mr. Zlotnick will circle. I can't read. There's something here that either looks like a 9, a 10, or an 11.
11B.
11B. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Ms. Patterson.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Audrey Patterson with the San Joaquin Tributaries Authority. My comments are just really seemingly two small comments, but I feel that these comments are pretty important because they reflect the accuracy of the executive summary, and the Council has had a lot of discussion and rightful consensus that how important the executive summary is, because so many people will read the executive summary rather than wade all the way through the entire Delta Plan. So I do feel that these are important to reflect the accuracy of what the Delta Plan says. So on page 7, if you go all the way...
Page 7.
The very last paragraph.
Which it's in 2 rows on our copy.
Right, the very last paragraph on the right-hand side.
The water bond is now preparing to...
Correct.
Okay.
So about halfway through, it reads, the Delta Plan sets deadlines for these processes, meaning flow objectives or flow standards. And then it goes on to say the Delta Stewardship Council can be called upon to review any project that could affect Delta flows in light of applicable rules. I was recently at a presentation, and the presenter said that the Delta Plan mandates that the State Water Board adopt the flow objectives by these deadlines. And right now that has been changed to a recommendation. And so I would recommend that that sentence reads, the Delta Plan recommends deadlines for these processes rather than sets deadlines.
Okay, I think that is an accurate statement of what we have recommended. Members, I would suggest that we delete the word sets and substitute the word recommends.
And then the only
Ms. Patterson, let me just get
sorry.
this one out of the way. Mr. Johnston, Mr. Natoli, would you accept that change in your motion and second? Okay, that's accepted.
Thank you. The only other change that I would recommend is that last sentence, which reads or begins reading, the Delta Stewardship Council can be called upon to review any project that could affect Delta flows in light of applicable rules. I would recommend that to read, the Delta Stewardship Council can be called upon to review any covered action that could affect Delta flows because of the Delta Stewardship Council authority to regulate covered actions only instead of any project.
But the operative word is review, and we have statutory direction to hold hearings, to comment on plans, to do a host of other things in addition to covered actions. And I thought this sentence was pretty carefully drawn. It could have said the council will review as a covered action, which that is not what the Delta Plan said. And I don't think it makes sense to say that we should say we will only talk about flows as if they were a covered action.
I understand.
Because the water board, the statute said the water board flow criteria, I think the study in 2010 was to inform our process, not to be just a covered action. And
sure.
I had some problems with your last suggestion.
Sure, I understand that. The way I've read it is that it could come across as overstating the Delta Stewardship Council's authority as far as their appellate review of any project affecting Delta flows. And the appellate review does extend only to covered actions.